Less command clearing screen upon exit. How to switch it off? How to force the less program to not clear the screen upon exit? I'd like it to behave like git log command. It leaves the recently seen page on screen upon exiting. It does not exit the less even if the content fits on one screen. Try git log -1. Any ideas? I haven't found any suitable less options nor end variables in a manual. I suspect it's set via some end variable though.
To prevent less from clearing the screen upon exit, use X. From the man page. X or no init. Disable sending the term cap initialization and deinitialization strings to the terminal. This is sometimes desirable if the deinitialization string does something unnecessary, like clearing the screen. As to less exiting if the content fits on one screen, that's option F. F or quit if one screen causes less to automatically exit if the entire file can be displayed on the first screen. F is not the default though, so it's likely preset somewhere for you. Check the end for less.
If you want any of the command line options to always be default, you can add to your profile or * the less environment variable. For example, will always apply xf whenever less is run from that login session. Sometimes commands are aliased, even by default in certain distributions. To check for this, type without arguments to see if it got aliased with options that you don't want. To run the actual command in your $path instead of an alias, just preface it with a \. To see if a less environment variable is set in your environment and affecting behavior.
Or just set it in your global git config. This way other tools are unaffected, which I like.
Latest versions. Version 598, released at the earliest in December 2021, introduces the redraw on quit switch to prevent clearing the screen. Although switches are enabled when starting less, if that switch wasn't enabled on less's startup, it is also possible to enable that feature after by simply typing redraw on quit. I don't have access to a version recent enough to test, but I have it from a most credible source that only typing the 4 first characters should also suffice. A regular user who would want an even shorter key combination could also add an entry to the less key file. Pre-2022 versions. Versions anterior to 598 can still achieve that thanks to the much older X switch. From the man page. X or no init. Disables sending the term cap initialization and deinitialization strings to the terminal. This is sometimes desirable if the deinitialization string does something unnecessary, like clearing the screen. This should be considered as a workaround, as it completely disables initialization, which can cause keys, like home and end, to stop working.
If you want to support the chain, please consider subscribing.